Hello guys, and welcome back to another GT scale modelling video. So I thought I would just do a quick update on the stuff I'm working on just now. This follows off the back of the review I did and uploaded recently for the Bronco British Army ATV quad bike and trailer with soldier kit. So over here I'll show you that in a second. But I wanted to talk a little bit more than I was able to in that video about kind of what I'm going to be building that for and what it's going to go with, for example, and stuff. So the idea is to make a diorama and then and therefore incorporate that with a couple of other kits. So the main kind of focus of it, I guess, kit-wise, will be this, which is the HobbyBoss WMIK Land Rover kit. Now this is actually still in sub-assemblies for painting, but I've just kind of dry fit it all together at the stage it's at. So it's been base painted. I base painted it green, hairsprayed it, put on a sand colour and kind of wore it back in places, and have started to paint in then kind of the areas that will be other colours, so black and things. So hopefully, see if that'll focus. Let's see some of the sort of paint damage and things there. The idea being that this is going to be a scene from Afghanistan, and will probably be some kind of sort of street scene. Ian White, Chalky, is very kindly sending me a couple of buildings that he's previously made or had and will no longer use, so he's sending them up. And so I intend to use, I may use them as they are, and we'll see when they get here. I may rejig them somehow and use it as a backdrop for a scene. The idea being that they've got the WMIK in the street on patrol, and then that will be joined by the quad bike. So dimension wise, it depends how big those buildings are really. I'm not entirely sure of a layout yet or anything, but we'll see, because there's also the trailer for the quad bike as well, which will make the whole thing a little bit longer, so I may or may not use the trailer. I'm almost inclined not to use it. I'll build it, but I'm almost inclined not to use it just to save a bit of space on the diorama. So we have the WMIK itself, and then here we've got a bunch of the other bits. So we've got the quad bike. This is the body of the quad bike from Bronco. Nice little kit. Some really kind of small, delicate parts on there. So care needs to be taken when clipping bits from the sprue and whatnot, but a few little bits of photo etch for the where are we gone? The hook on the front. I don't know if we can just, that's what I'm looking for. A little winch hook on the front. There's a little lever on the handlebars that's photo etch and stuff, and a wee grill, so that's nice. And then there's the radio box that goes on the rear storage rack, and there's a couple of ammunition cans here that get strapped onto the front one. Then we've got the chassis. This is really, again, pretty detailed. I read kind of things of people who go and start adding brake lines and all kinds of things. I'm not going to bother, it's just as it is. Again, nicely detailed, but kind of a little bit fiddly to build. It's obviously not very big either, so obviously in that kit there was 3 figures. Sorry the light's not so great in here. We've got the quad bike driver. He fit okay, had to do some filling in his arms, just at the back, with a bit of green stuff. Fill up some gaps just so his hands actually connected with the handlebars. Kneeling infantry guy, Obviously they've not got the helmets on yet, so I can paint their faces. What I quite liked, and I'd heard that these didn't fit very well, although in this case that fitted okay, was the separate plastic shoulder straps that came with the rucksacks. That's quite a good, quite a nice touch actually. It doesn't quite match up on the little back bit here, but hopefully it'll be somewhere you'll not really notice it. And then got Mr. Pointing dude. And so that's the third figure. Fourth figure I've not built. It's another kneeling figure. I couldn't really be bothered to build them before I primed this. A lot of the plastics. Didn't watch the review. Plastics actually tan. Get that in focus. Plastics tan, and so this has all been primed. There's just some other bits on here. A couple of coolers and the seat that goes in the back of the WMIK. Just some odds and sods. Couple of the small arms there. And then the other thing that I've got, my camera battery's going to run out, so I'm going to finish this off quickly, is the WMIK crew. So it was a Masterbox set that comes with 5 figures, 3 crew for the WMIK and 2 on foot, a GPMG gunner, and a rifleman. So that would give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures for the patrol, 1 and 6 if you include the guy driving the quad bike. This is not going to focus now. So this is the guy that sits in the top weapon mount ring of the WMIK, painted in MTP. Not a bad effort for the scale. It looks like MTP at that scale, so the WMIK driver has been painted as well. Again, apologies for the bad light and poor paint job. I will stick a couple of pictures at the end of this just so that you can actually get a better idea of that. There's another 3 figures that are just base coated at the moment. The MTP is not too difficult to paint. It's just a little time consuming, and frankly I just kind of can't be bothered really. I was wanting to build some more stuff, so yeah, that's where we're at the moment with this. And I'll update again when the buildings arrive or when I've made a bit more progress with any of this. And yeah, I guess with this whole virus thing around, my shifts at work are going to change. I'm still working, moving from doing normal 9 to 5 Monday to Friday to doing 3 12-hour shifts across 3 days for the foreseeable, to reduce the amount of time. I guess I'm still in work the same amount of time, but certainly not having to go in and out of work so often. And our team's been split in 2, so I'll be working with less people, so that less chance of exposure to anything, I guess. So that gives me, some actual days off in the week now, where I don't actually have to work from home or anything. I just get, cause I'm doing my normal hours, just compress across a fewer days. So that could be, it's not any good. But I guess making the most of it, looking on a bright side. Bit more time to potentially spend out here when I'm not required for family duties. So this stuff might actually get some progress. We might actually get somewhere with something for once. Alright, thanks for listening. It was just a short update. Thanks for watching. Any comments, leave them below. I get that the videos have been few and far between for a long time. Life got in the way with that. Hopefully everybody can understand. It'd be good to start getting some comments again, interacting with people, seeing how people are doing in the community. And obviously at this time there might well be more people at home, looking for things to do and watch. So hopefully this is vaguely interesting to somebody. If so, let me know below, and we'll see you in the next update. Stay safe, everyone.